Hello dear friends of the Rimworld and welcome to my survival guide. In this video I'm going to talk about my basic strategies on how to survive a long time in your Rimworld colony. These are some basic guidelines I practically use for every playthrough, and these brought me always very far without problems, and they are tested in the Blood and Dust difficulty, former Savage. I don't know if they would be up with the former Merciless, now losing his fun difficulty, but I think they are useful. So let's get right started. These are only a few basic guidelines, but I think they are worth mentioning. First off, build your base quite spacious. This is something I really noticed to be very successful, and as you see here, this base spans over the upper half of the map. And a spacious design has several advantages. First off, the game loves to give you different attacks that are happening from all different angles, like infestations from within your base, drop pod raiders in your base, sappers from all angles, and whatnot. So ultimately, you have to play in Rimworld with the idea in mind that your colony will be a place where you fight. You won't be able to fend off all enemies at the gates unless you are using cheesing killbox strategies or something like that. But even then, drop pod raiders are still a thing. Also, in spacious designs, you can use gun turrets in your own base. You can use spike traps within to kite enemies that breach the gates. And I noticed several times that when larger raids poured into the base, well, because I had to retreat or due to different reasons, they start to twack different things in the base. They start to, like here, they would spread out. One team would go this direction, one team would go this direction, and suddenly the huge amount of clumped up enemies at this gate starts to spread into a big facility which you can defend well, and where you can pick your fights a little bit more strategically, which you wouldn't be able to if your base would be a too compact compound. Just a thing to keep in mind. It's very helpful and guided me through a lot of seemingly hopeless fights with great success. Strategy 2 is quite simple, and it's manage your wealth. Manage your income and what you have in your base, especially during the first half of your build-up. Wealth and beauty attracts enemies. The more wealth and beauty you have, the more fierce the enemies will strike because they want to plunder your place. This means that during the early game, I really think about what I need and what I don't need. For example, advanced components are worth a lot of money here, 200 bucks each. I often even decline chances to pick up advanced components during the early game because I don't want to increase my base value. Same goes for masterwork or legendary weapons. Like a legendary short bow is a perfect example for a useless magnet of fierce attrition. So overall, it sums up to really think about what you need during the early game to avoid excess attackers, which will topple you over while you're in your build-up phase. After you are already fortified, this is not that important anymore. A stabilized and wealthy and strong base can pretty much ignore that rule. But this strategy is super effective during the early game, especially in higher difficulty levels. And strategy number 3 is rush your fortification system. Whatever kind of fortification you want to use in your colony, put it very early on your agenda. The earlier you have walls to play around, some thing you have thought out to fend off enemies like traps and walls, the more time and opportunity you will have to fight off your enemies that will just increase your chances of survival by a lot. And lastly, I want to emphasize that For a strict survival policy, I would always recommend to research geothermal power as early as possible, and then go straight ahead into the gun turret research, and then go into the precision rifling research. These three, or well, no, before you can go precision rifling, it's geothermal, gun turret, microelectronics, my bad, and then precision rifling, because precision rifling brings you the ability to craft your own assault rifle, which is basically the best vanilla weapon in game. So with these 4 strategies in mind, you should be able to defend yourself through a lot of difficulty levels. There's a lot of other things that would be helpful, but I want to keep this little video short, simple, and effective, because I feel like these 4 strategies really make a lot of my success in my long-term runs. And well, I do a lot of series on YouTube, and I play this game for a lot of years, and well, that's the quintessence of my experiences so far. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like it or subscribe to my channel. I would also really enjoy some comments or some ideas. Feel free to add some of your strategies, or I don't know. I'd love to hear from you guys. Whatever might be the case, I hope you enjoyed. I hope I was able to give you one or 2 new ideas. And yeah, see you guys next time. Bye bye.